The best predictor of success, the innate ability to allocate time properly. Kenneth Rabois. My friends, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, allocate that time. You can do this. Let's jump into the charts. This is a day where everything is down except 20-year U.S. government bonds. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. We can see the stair step moving down. We've blown through what we were calling the basement, that potential second support level, and things are moving in the direction, you can see, of a very bearish market. You can see where the market had, well, it had actually peaked out. And then as we kept getting lower highs as the market was moving down and lower lows starting on, what was that? The 25th of February, as things have just tracked lower and lower and lower. And again, we are in the bear zone, down for the day 0.20%. Not a lot, but you can see volumes looking nice to hit average. We'll see what happens on the 2-day, just the latest of the first 2-day candle. But you can see the last, day and a half, we've had average volume or higher. So again, this market trending down. Now let's look at the Qs. That's the NASDAQ 100. It's down 0.27%. It is pushing through so far on the 2-day, trying to push through, has already done so. It did in the morning, and then in the afternoon we have the candle body sitting above it, the wick below it, but pushing through that basement. We had the floor and then the basement, so that was sort of that second potential zone of support. But we just have a red spinning top for the week. Don't know if we'll hit average. The last 2 weeks, we can see how volume's been decreasing. We'll see what happens on Friday, but I have a feeling that the NASDAQ's going to follow en route with the S&P 500 moving down. Now, bonds are interesting. We see bonds started tracking up on Monday, had a down Wednesday, and then popping up on Thursday. We're below the trend line. You can see the doji on the 2-day, don't have any volume to speak of. The last 3 days, because it's the first day of the latest 2-day candle, probably hit average volume, but we hadn't hit a lower low. So we'll continue to watch bonds and pay attention, up 0.74%. The only bright spot, if you're looking for anything moving up, and of course we're not. We're bearish. We're looking for things to move down because we got the way to play downs. You might say, what is that? Well, on the S&P 500, it would be SH. On the NASDAQ 100, it would be PSQ. What are those? Those are inverse funds. I'll put that training at the end of today's video for those who haven't taken it. Inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. The only inverse fund we don't have, single short, is on gold. DGZ is a potential short, but it's so illiquid, means the bid and the ask, what you buy, and then what you can sell it for, or is a huge spread, which doesn't make that popular. But those of you who are Patreon members and taking our training, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way, know that you can practice trade what? Puts on gold. There's plenty of those to be had. But again, it's worth practicing, worth learning for things like what's going on right now. Gold down 4.19%. After a down day yesterday, after many down days, after gold tried to pump up back in around the 10th of March. That's the last green candle we have seen. And since then, particularly today, and look at where we are, folks. We told you that as we were looking at gold, we had the spinning top after the run-up in gold on the week beginning February the 2nd, and I'm sorry, not a spinning top, a doji, but what was the low that week? Well, we have already touched it and pushed just past it as far as the wick goes. You can see the 2-day candle sitting right there on it. You can see how the half day is also sitting right there on it. We go below that, and we got a long way to go to find some support. So again, we'll keep an eye on things, but gold in that negative territory, pulling back big time. And lastly, but again, as we've noted the last few days, the last few weeks, we haven't had any volume since that doji. No volume, no average volume in gold. It's been low. The 2-day is, of course, already at the average on the first day of the latest 2-day candle with that hammer down in the morning. This morning, let's go to Bitcoin, pulling back 0.85%. Talked about the big down move yesterday. Another down move today, not as big, but pushing through the weekly trend line or pushing to it. And then ending the day, it looks like just sitting on it on the half-day chart, sitting on it on the 2-day chart. And the weekly shows a green up candle. But again, we kept saying, pay attention to these prior moves. Is this going to do the same thing? Don't know yet. Has Bitcoin built a base and it's going to build on that, or is it going to crash back through? And if it does, how far can Bitcoin fall? Well, we know Bitcoin, it can fall a long way. So we'll continue to wait, watch, and see. That is where we are, my friends. Always love to hear from you. We'll have going out for our Patreon members, not only our 5-day plus analysis, which comes to you now for tomorrow. Everybody else gets it a day or more after, along with your trade execution summary grid. And of course, today, since it's Thursday, we'll be putting out our weekly vertical crossovers on the S&P 500. That is, we scan the S&P 500 stocks and look for stocks going from green to red or red to green on the weekly chart with decent volume. So it gives you something to look at to practice trade on Friday, which is the day we like to enter trades. That's where we are, my friends. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.